Hi, my name's Amy Smollers. I'm author of the book Living Intentionally, How to Bring Balance to You and Your Family, and also creator of my proprietary framework, Communicate to be Heard. And I wanted to thank you for sharing a few minutes with me in this video, and because I wanted to give you a flavor of what's in the book and share some of why I wrote the book in the first place and what you will get out of this book by reading it. Because those who have read it to date, it's more than just something you read and put down. It's actually, because there's a workbook that accompanies this book, but it's a thought process as you're reading, and to figure out ways you can develop, learn, and grow, and I work with you along that whole process. But before I get into that, I'd like you to actually ask you a couple of questions. So, when you woke up today, how did you feel? Were you excited and just couldn't get ready for the day, just super stoked and ready to go? Or was it more of, okay, same thing, same routine, just a different day? Are you just surviving every day, or are you thriving? Another question is, do you feel throughout the day that you're being more reactive, or are you living intentionally and living through a purpose and doing what matters to you and contributing in ways that you know that you can? Now, if you're like some of my friends and colleagues and even some of my current clients as well, you think that there's a work-life balance. But I really disagree with that notion. I don't think that there's a work-life balance. I think that's an impossible feat to ask of anybody. Because from my perspective, we live life, whether we're in an office, we're at home, we're driving our car, we're volunteering, wherever we are, you're living life and you're balancing what's in front of you. I struggled with this for years, of thinking about work-life balance and how do I be the best thing here and how do I be the best thing here? And my husband would be the first to tell you I wasn't the best in either because I was trying to do all of these things and I lost myself in that process. And I've seen so many people do that. And that is a big reason I wrote this book, was to give you a blueprint that you can use to develop what I call your home, that consists of a foundation, of a support, and your protection. And I go through those phases in the book, and I'll share a little bit about what those are. But just imagine that when you wake up in the morning, you're able to give yourself a few minutes to set your direction. Imagine that throughout the day, you're making decisions based on whether they are growth opportunities for you or taking you in the direction that you want to be going, or what I call depleting ones that, while maybe interesting or even distracting, will really just take you away from that direction you want to be going. Imagine having words top of mind every day that remind you where you want to be going. Now, before I get those looks, and I can feel some already through the video of, okay, who's this crazy lady telling me to do this or asking me to do this? I want to share with you that in this book, The Living Intentionally, How to Bring Balance to You in Your Home and Your Family, we start with you first. Because if you want to bring it to others around you and your family, you have to be centered. You have to have your home in shape. And so the first part is to build your foundation. And this encompasses what I call your guiding words that are really how you want to be perceived by others. And then what I call your action words of today that are positive reminders, not of a to-do list, but of actions you want to take that day. And then there's your support. We talk about and work through together to come up with your important versus their urgent. Because I'm guessing many of you spend a lot of your day on other people's urgent, or what they think is important, and your own stuff kind of gets put by the wayside too often. And then the next part of support is your decision tree. And that's what I was alluding to earlier, of making decisions that are growth opportunities, that take you in the direction of your guiding words and that they're supportive of how you want to be. And then the last piece is your protection. And that's similar to a roof, if you think about it that way, to your home. And that's really where you come up with your own definition of what living intentionally means to you. And we purposely save that for last because for those builders out there, or for those who, like me, watch HGTV or other types of programs, if you don't build a roof the right way, it can be too big, it can be too small, it can be leaky. And so the point is to build it last. So that definition really encompasses the foundation that you've laid and the support walls that you've built. So that's in this book, Living Intentionally, How to Bring Balance to You and Your Family. We go through that process. So you can wake up excited for the day, knowing the directions you want to be heading, and really set your own agendas and get back to you. So you can bring out your truest, best self to you, to those you love, and to those you're in a community with. So thank you so much for sharing some time with me to learn more about what this book is, how you can use it. And I look forward to seeing you in the groups, having you interact with the workbook, and enjoying the book. Thank you so much.